So Klaus, the villager that I believe looks like what would happen if stones could get rabies, has finally moved off of my island and left a large hole in my heart, and by that I mean he tried to put a stake through it. So today we get to go look for somebody to replace him, and I'm pumped, honestly. I've never been more excited in my life. I had to time travel to 2023 to get this man to move off of my island. 2023. I could be a different person by then. I could have lived an entire full life. I could be married or I could have killed somebody. We don't know. But 2023 came and went with Klaus still on this island, and now I'm finally free. I get to roam the streets without a care in the world, except for Goose being on my island. He's next, and I'm coming for him. He will never see me coming, and I will be silent. Now I'm basically living on a prayer with this one. I won't lie to you. I have 36 Nook Miles tickets, and I don't feel like going and getting more, so I am asking for it this time, basically. But anybody is better than Klaus in my opinion, so I think I have a little bit of wiggle room here. Obviously, my dream villager that I'm looking for would be Ione, but I also have her amiibo, so I'm not too worried about finding her. I'm just worried about finding somebody who fits the vibe that's not terrible, and that isn't Klaus. If I could have sold my organs to get that man off of my island quicker, I would have done it. I would have no kidneys, no liver, or even no brain. And I would probably still sound the same if I had no brain. I'm still in my fall mood. I finally went back to somewhere in October instead of being in November because I feel like that's a little bit more appropriate. I do love the November vibes, but I think October being a lot closer to September is a little bit more appropriate for the current time. I need to stop time traveling so much, but I will never, and it's something that I enjoy doing greatly. It's like my little taste of sin every day, you know? We're just gonna jump right into it today. Honestly, I have no room in my heart to think about anything else except for replacing Klaus. Like, I feel so much joy, honestly. I feel great. I feel fantastic. This is something that I have been waiting for my whole life. I didn't even know it at the time, but hi, Billy. Billy reminds me of somebody who would be really into, like, grits. Like, I feel like he knows how to make grits, and he's like, these are the best grits you'll ever taste. You're gonna love them. They're gonna taste delicious, and you're gonna be, like, on the moon. You're gonna be screaming and crying when I won't make you any more grits. And it's like, they still taste like grits, Billy. They're still grits. Grits don't have any flavor. You can't fix grits. As an oatmeal apologist and an oatmeal fan and an oatmeal Twitter stan account owner, I love oatmeal, and people think oatmeal is like grits. Billy, grits are not good. If you dabbled in oatmeal, you would probably still make the oatmeal taste like shit because you're used to preparing grits. I don't know. I feel like it's too early in the video for me to get into something controversial, like the southern people who like grits are gonna come after me. Okay, listen, I'm a southern person, technically. Okay, Arizona's southern. It's just not the southern you're used to. It's southern for people who hate being alive, you know? It's hot, but it's not anything other than hot. It's just Arizona. So right before I started trying to record this video, I was all pumped up. I was ready. I was excited. I pulled out my Nintendo Switch, which had Klaus missing from it, and I was pumped. I was excited. I was ready to film a video and talk to you guys, okay? I was really ready. I clicked the power button, and my Switch turned on, and it started strobing. Now, as a person who has always wanted to go to a rave, I thought this was quite fun. However, the normal human being inside of me decided that this was a bad thing and that my Switch was about to break, which obviously it is about to break. I mean, this thing has been huffing and puffing like a track runner for 8 years. I was somehow able to fix it for long enough to start recording this. I don't even know if it's gonna last the whole video.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
But that was the most terrifying 10 minutes of my life of restarting and restarting and restarting my Switch until it finally started working again. I think this thing is about to kick the bucket. I even tweeted about it. I was ready to start writing an obituary for this thing, you know? I thought it was gone. And I mean, I made an island called Death Wish, so I honestly probably should have been expecting this. Is that Gwen? I mean, like, Gwen and Frigga are the same villager. They're the same exact villager, right? But Gwen is like a little bit cooler, I think. She's kind of cool. She's got a vibe to her that reminds me of somebody who would kind of be selling like a Vogue magazine, like not on a Vogue magazine, but she would be selling the magazine, if you know what I mean. Like, you gotta have somebody to sell your Vogue magazine that looks like they could be on the magazine but isn't. Like, they chose to do this instead of being on the magazine because they just love Vogue so much, which is kind of weird. I mean, like, you need to dial down your commitment a little bit, but you look great. I mean, she looks fantastic, doesn't she? Oh my god, Cookie. Hello? Hello, I did not expect to see you here, girly. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. Honestly, like, she's the least fall villager I've ever seen, so like kind of weird of you to show up right now. Like, don't you want to fit in aesthetically? You should be here in the spring or summer, you know, match the cherry blossom trees. Honestly, that would be so good. She would look so good. Just like imagine her laying amongst the leaves like she is a little snail traversing the world. That would be really cute, right? Why isn't Cookie like a spring core villager? I'm sure she is. I haven't seen that many spring core islands though, honestly. I mean, if you have any cool one, share them with me. I'd love to see that. This is my first villager hunt that wasn't like a first 3 villagers, so I feel a little bit rejuvenated, honestly. I do. I think I needed that little break, that little push away from it, and now I'm back, and I'm gonna get bored of this in 10 minutes and regret ever saying this, but you know, here we go. So I was talking about buying Ooblets, and now I've seen everybody play Ooblets. I really want to get it, but here's the thing, right? Okay, I can never decide to get games that are on both PC and Switch on either console because I can stream it on PC, but I like playing on my Switch infinitely more. So if I wanted to actually get more playtime out of it, I would want it on my Switch, but if I wanted to stream it, I would want it on my computer. And I want both, you know? I'm a greedy human being. I want both. I want the best of both worlds. I want to have my cake and eat it too. However, I cannot. So it's like, I always end up getting decision paralysis over it and not buying the game. I almost did that with Cult of the Lamb. I could not figure out which platform I wanted it on, and then I just ended up suffering for the rest of my life. But I got it on Switch, and it turns out that that was not the right thing to do because it has more bugs on Switch than PCs. So basically what I'm saying is never trust your gut. No, please trust your gut. Your gut is the most valuable thing you have. Fang. Okay. I'm so chatty today. I'm sorry. Like, I'm talking fucking fast. I don't know what the difference is today. I have to like wake up at 3 a.m. I think that's the difference. Gonna drive in the middle of the night. Can you believe it? This is the skin of a killer, Bella. Honestly though, okay, driving at night is one of my favorite things on this earth. All right. I won't lie to you. I know a lot of people hate it, and you're right for that. You're really right for that because it's more dangerous to drive at night. But the thing is, listen, you could not pry me out of that seat for nothing. I will live, I will die, and I will be reborn in the car by the time we get to the destination. All right. Fang, I say as I'm leaving. All right. I didn't talk about Fang the whole time, but I'm going to talk about him now. I have to give my opinion on everybody, but I just wanted to talk about the car. So Fang is kind of like somebody who I feel like would sell cologne or maybe make cologne. He's very cologne. Like, I feel like if I would walk up to him, I would smell it, you know, not necessarily bad smelling cologne. I'm not talking about like Axe body spray or something. I'm talking about like actual cologne. And I don't like the smell of cologne that much, but I can understand why people do. He just has the vibes that he has a strong scent to him. And I mean, if you have a recognizable scent, that's great. The thing is, I just don't necessarily want to engage with him if I'm getting a headache. You know what I mean? I know the Fang lovers are going to be mad about that one, but I do love his design. I think he's very cool. He just looks like he would sell like $89 cologne. That's not a bad thing. Oh no. Oh no. Why am I having good luck this time? Hi, Willow. Oh my god, I love her. This is just the wrong island for her to be on. I want like a darker color scheme with maybe red and purple. Ugh, but I love her. She's so pretty. She's so pink lemonade. Like, I'm sorry, look at her eyes. Look at that winged eyeliner. She has the best design of like any sheep. She is gorgeous. She's stunning. I just love Willow. Okay, listen, like, she looks smart, but not in a bad way. Not in a way that she's pretentious about it. She looks like a woman in STEM. She could probably tell me the exact reason I am the way that I am without being mean about it. She would be like, the reason you're really pale, and that's not a bad thing. You look beautiful, by the way. The reason you're really pale is because you haven't been outside in 6 months. And I think you need to go outside, and I think some vitamin D would be really good for you, and you would glow. And I would not feel like mad. I would not feel like she was making fun of me or being rude to me. I'd be like, yeah, I do need vitamin D. I'm not gonna go outside, but thank you. You know, thank you for the advice. I appreciate it. Stay gorgeous, stay beautiful. I love you. If you were the aesthetic I wanted, boom, take you home immediately, but you're just not what I'm looking for. I don't know. The luck is good. Like Fang, Cookie, Willow. There were more probably. I'm not feeling too bad about this. This is actually like not bad. I don't feel drained. I don't feel drained by the presence of like Rodney or something. I swear to God, Rodney shows up, I'm breaking the switch before it can break itself, okay? You know, I'm surprised it's held on this long considering the amount of time that Klaus has been on my island. You know, honestly, I don't consider myself a violent person, but he brought that out in me. I won't lie to you. Who's the— No, okay. This is such a hard decision. This is such a hard decision. It's Coco, dude. It's Coco. Okay, here's the thing. She would work great, but it's like, I want the color scheme to match really well. Like, in concept, her scary face is like really good, but it's the color scheme that I'm going for more rather than like fear factor. So it wouldn't really work, but at the same time, like, she's literally so cool. I love Coco. She's so cute, but she's another normal. She's another normal. Okay, you know what? that seals the deal. I have multiple, do I have multiple normals? I don't know. I have Sylvana right now and I want to get Ione, so it's like a toss up, you know. 2 normals is already like a little bit pushing it, but 3 would be a lot pushing it if she was to be a permanent villager. And you may be wondering, if I'm going for dark villagers, why is Sylvana staying? Good question. I like her and I do what I want. It was so good to see Coco though. Oh my god. I really want a horror movie about Coco, alright? I want her to be the lovable, scary monster, okay? Listen, why haven't they done that yet? They made one Animal Crossing movie, make another, you cowards. I would throw all of my money at it. Actually, genuinely, why haven't they done that yet? Because with the success of New Horizons, like, an Animal Crossing movie would hit. I honestly believe that. Like, they did the Sonic movie. They're doing a Mario movie with crisp rent. You know, okay, the Mario movie, I remember it every once in a while, and I'm thankful that I get to forget about it some of the time, but when I remember it, it just makes me physically ill. It makes me physically violently ill, and I'm tired of it, really. I'm exhausted of it, in fact. I just want to never have to think about Chris Pratt again. It's a terrifying idea that he's just out there. He could be out there. He's ready to hurt me. He's ready to harm me. He'd fry me. Cannibalism, fry me in oil and salt and pepper, okay? Olive oil, in fact. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? Another villager I said I really wanted in the past, but now wouldn't work. This is teasing me. This is literally just teasing me. This is causing me suffering for no reason except to see me suffer. Oh my god. Roswell. I love him so much. God. Oh my god. I wish I could take you, buddy. I do. I really do, but you're not the vibe. He's so close to being the vibe too. He would almost work. Like, it is so close that it is just making me so mad. Oh my god. Roswell, stay safe, buddy. He is just so important to me. I would give my entire life for a plushie of Roswell. He just looks so marketable, plushieable. Who's gonna make him into a plushie? Who? Because I need him. I need to have him so I can just squish his head. I think he would be in the Girl Scouts, but like not the Boy Scouts. I'm not talking about the Boy Scouts, like the boy equivalent of the Girl Scouts. I'm talking about he would be in the Girl Scouts and nobody would question it. Like, he would be out there selling cookies and you would just be like, yep, that's Roswell. He's in the Girl Scouts. The Girl Scouts always scared me as a kid, and I will explain, okay? I hated anything that was like a group setting. The group mentality of the Girl Scouts was so scary to me. I felt like I would just have to defend myself from a Girl Scout if one ever came up to me. And the thing is, if you're a former Girl Scout, like, now I know not to be afraid of you, but childhood me is still a little bit afraid of you, you know? I felt like they were gonna bully me. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, but I don't know why at the same time. I respect Girl Scouts a lot more now, though. I feel like if you're able to be in a group as a child and not be angry all the time, good for you, you know? I was angry at every person as a child. I was a very, like, angry child for some reason. I don't know. Grizzly, right? Right. Grizzly? Is that Grizzly? That's Grizzly, isn't it? That's Grizzly? That's not Groucho, because Groucho's the other one. That's Grizzly. I mean, I respect him. I feel like he would be an ally. I don't know, though. I mean, like, people like this are always very, like, hit or miss, I think. You can either find somebody that looks like Groucho and is, like, really kind, or somebody who is an absolute menace and wants to burn you at the stake. Like, he was either at the Salem Witch Trials, or he was buying you a drink and saying, keep going, bud, you know? It's such a varied pot. You can't have, like, a completely neutral version of a man that looks like this. It's one extreme or the other. And if you find the good extreme, you know, you really win. You really win. You got a friend for life. That kind of person will protect you forever. If you lose, you are in danger, my friend, and you need to evacuate the city now because he can smell your fear. This is my punishment for not taking Coco. I know it is. Hi, Cashmere. I'm sorry that you were cursed like this. I'm sorry that you were made into being this, because I definitely don't envy you at all. I don't envy being in this position at all, because I feel like you don't want to be here. I don't have anything to say to you other than, like, good luck, man. I really don't know what to say to you. Like, why is my question. I don't want to bully this woman. I don't want to be mean to this woman, but I don't understand why. When I take my trip tonight at 3 a.m., there's a coffee place called Dutch Brothers Coffee. Now, if you are in the... Is it only a West thing, a Midwest thing? I don't know. If Dutch Brothers is in the East Coast, that's cool. I'm glad you all have it. I don't know if Dutch Brothers is in the East Coast or not. It might be, but it definitely is in the West Coast. And closest Dutch Brothers to me is 3 hours away. Now, Dutch Brothers has my favorite coffee in the world, in existence. Dutch Brothers is my absolute favorite coffee place. And I really like coffee. You know, it makes me shit my entire brains out, but I love it. I will drink it until the day I die. If you told me that coffee was going to kill me in 10 days, I would drink it every morning for those 10 days until my inevitable death. So Who's that? Oh, is that Ace? Okay. I mean, I guess, like, that's fine. He just makes me feel a very melancholy feeling. I don't think he has ever done anything that will leave a mark on this earth. That's the thing. Like, I feel like he's gonna come and go and nobody will remember him. Nobody will even have a memory of him to put in his obituary, and that scares me. You know, it scares me that you could possibly fade off of the earth with no trace of you. That's terrifying to me. And he's gonna do it, and we're gonna watch it happen, and nobody is gonna make an effort to conserve him, because why would you? Ace is one of those people, I think, that is there to maybe drive somebody else's story and then just end up washed away on a beach one day. And that's so scary, you know? He's doing nothing to change it either. He's just walking around here aimlessly. He has never thought about the future or where life will go. He has never yearned to make a difference, and he is just gonna stay here for the rest of his life. And I have to deal with that. Like, I have the knowledge of that. You know how knowledge is a burden? The knowledge of Ace's existence is a burden for me. Can you tell that I was like a fan of Dan Howell in 2011? Is it palpable? Because it is to me. You know, I wake up every morning and I'm like, huh, there's a reason I am the way that I am today. Part of it is because I am just an absolutely insufferable human being who gets into as much trouble as possible, but the other part is because I was on YouTube when British people were on YouTube. You may be thinking British people are still on YouTube. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're all faking it. None of them are really British. They're all doing the accent like to emulate the fame of the 2010s, but it's never gonna work again. Everything had to align perfectly. All the planets had to align perfectly for those 2010 British YouTubers to happen, and now all the rest of them are just gone. They faded away, and everybody tried to replace them, but it would never work. This is my version of the birds aren't real theory. I hope you like it. It's just that British YouTubers aren't real. I don't know. I feel like we need a new conspiracy theory. The birds one was fun for a while, but I'm tired of it. Something needs to change. Something needs to give, honestly. I think that we as a society have moved on past the need for the bird conspiracy theory, and we can have something more fun now. Chester! Okay, you know what? I am a Chester apologist. I really am. I love him, okay? I love Chester. He's so cute. He is just so sleepy and tired, and he's so scared. He's so terrified. Somebody's coming for him. Somebody's been hunting him down. You know when you just have that lingering anxiety for years about something that's gonna happen to you at some point, and you just wait your entire life for it to happen? He has been waiting his entire life for something horrible to happen, some kind of tragedy to happen, and it just hasn't. It's been building up in his chest, and yet it still will not change. It still will not leave. Ain't that scary? I hope he gets better. I hope the thing happens just so he can get the burden off of his shoulders, really. You know, I think he needs time. He needs to stop having to worry about it. Whatever it is, whatever thing is holding him back in life, he needs to get better from it, because I think he could really live a full life. I love him though. Again, if I really had a place for him on my island, I would take him. I had him once in a blue moon a long time ago, probably. I think I had him once. I'm honestly losing track of everybody. It's been too many people. I think I am like just at this point trying to have every single villager on my island. That's not like an actual goal that I'm setting, but I feel like I'm gonna hit it at some point, and then I will be able to celebrate it and be like, actually, it was my goal all along. That's how you play the system, man. Really. By the way, if the editing on this video is shitty, it's because I woke up at 3 a.m. Hey, it's editing me. Go fuck yourself. I really want to watch more horror movies. What are your favorite horror movies? Like, actually super scary horror movies. Please leave them in the comments if you have any. If you're like a horror fiend, I would love to know what your absolute favorites are. Ooh, yeah, that's straight out of a horror movie, isn't it? Wow. Wow, he's Jigsaw's son. He is Jigsaw's creation of a son. You know, maybe not biologically, but he's there and he knows. He knows exactly what's going on. He's terrifying. His name is Axel because he carries around an axe and he will kill you with it. He will mess you up with it. Not even kill you in a normal way, like mangle you with it. It's kind of scary. All right, Axel, have a good one. He came because I was talking about horror movies. He heard. He was like, oh, you called? No, I didn't call you. I was just talking about horror movies. I did not call you. You were not summoned. You know, you need to get a grip. You need to understand that not everybody's talking to you all the time. Anyway, please leave your favorite horror movies down below. I think my favorite horror movie is Midsummer now. I just recently watched it. I am really out of the loop on almost every movie that has ever existed. I was not really allowed to watch movies as a child. I can't explain further than that. So I'm catching up now, and I finally watched Midsummer, which isn't a children's movie anyway, but you know what, whatever. I love that movie. I love that movie. It really messed with me. Thankfully, I've been looking for a horror movie that actually messed with me. I love horror movies. They're my favorite genre of movies, okay? I love horror movies, and I want to watch more. But I also really have a hard time weeding through which ones are good and like worth watching and which ones aren't, because I don't want to waste my time watching a movie that's not that good. Unless it's camp not good and it's it's like bad in a good way, then I will enjoy watching it. But if it's like actually just bad and not enjoyable, I don't want to waste my time on that. So I like am really selective about the movies I decide to watch for some reason. Is that Murphy? I haven't seen that man in a while. He does look like he would be the inventor of the Murphy bed, you know, he has that capability. I feel like, remember in The Sims when like your sim could die in a Murphy bed? He thought of that too. I don't know, he's a little evil. I actually hunted for him once in 2021, like very early 2021. I hunted for the man. I did. I tried to find him, and I did find him. He was one of the only villagers I've ever found on a hunt where I was looking for them, other than like Jacques and stuff. So I've had an experience with him. He did nothing, but I felt like he was doing something in the background, like something sinister was going on. I don't trust him, but I don't necessarily hate him for that either. Like if he's being that slick about it, then carry on, I guess. I don't know. Can't stop ya. But yes, especially because October is coming, like I need more horror movie recommendations. I'm gonna try and watch Us and Get Out soon. Maybe tonight, I don't know, we'll see. But if you have anything other than that you would really like me to watch, please tell me. I am in such a ghost phase, and not the paranormal creature, I mean the band. I talked about Mariana Cross in like either 2 videos ago or 3 videos ago. I don't remember. Okay, listen, when I put content out, I forget about it immediately. You could ask me what the contents of my last 8 videos were and I would not be able to tell you one. My brain is like an SD card and it deletes shit every time I think to make room for more shit, and then it's like just a constant cycle of me forgetting and maintaining new information. But I listened to Rats. That song is so good. If you like rock-ish music, punk-ish music, I don't know how you would describe Ghost. I'm not good with words. I know what music I like and what music I'm a fan of, and it's all like kind of heavier or punky music, but I don't know what that falls into. So you know what, she just wants attention. She's asking for attention, so I'm not gonna give it to her. I'm just simply gonna walk away. I'm gonna say nothing and I'm gonna keep going on with my day. Rats is such a good song, and not only that, I really like it because of the way they say rats in that song, because it's really fun to emulate. You know, like I know why Gerard Way does that growling thing on stage, because it's really fun. It's really therapeutic, like to go rats. You know? Like, rats. That's fun. That's therapeutic. I feel like I pay so much money to go to therapy. When I could just be sitting in my room for hours going, rats, you know? So why don't I? Like, that's fantastic. That's really great. Speaking of Gerard Way, listen, I'm having a ball right now, okay? Tracking the concerts, which sounds very terrifying, but I promise I'm doing it in a normal way. If you count anything I do as being in a normal way. This has been keeping me sane, alright? Listen. I don't know what I'm gonna do when tour's over. What am I supposed to like hyperfixate on? What am I supposed to research every night? Am I supposed to die? Oh, Truffles is here, so I'm gonna take that as a sign that I'm supposed to die. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Truffles. Just be a little bit more visceral next time and I might actually die on the spot. I might actually kick the bucket on the spot. Truffles, I wish you well, honestly. I wish you... The difference between Truffles and like Rodney or Klaus is that I'm rooting for Truffles to get better. Rodney and Klaus I know physically cannot get better and physically are every single day trying to get worse. So it's like, why would I root for them, you know? I feel like Truffles has the capacity to get better and to change as a human being, but... Those two don't. Those two men don't. We all know they don't. You know, we had such a good run of villagers, and I feel like I took that for granted, honestly. I really do. Quite frankly, I'm gonna make a very controversial, bold statement right now. If I was forced to take Truffles, I would be happier with that than I would be with Klaus. Anything is better than this man. He terrorized me, alright? He gave me a garbage bin. I forgot to tell you all about that, but when we arrive back on the island, I'll be able to show it to you. He gave me a garbage bin. He said, get in the bin. He said, get in the bin, you're going to waste management, and I said no. Oh, hi Walt. I have a special place in my heart for Walt because my grandpa's name is Walt, and also I have an opposite reaction because of Walter White, so it's kind of like 2 things in my brain Pokemon fighting. Speaking of Pokemon, oh my god, Scarlet and Violet, the new trailer came out for that. I am so pumped. You guys can hate on this little man all you want. I think he's camp. I think he's cool. I think he's just a little dude, alright? Y'all need to respect little dudes more. Just little guys, just little creatures, okay? If you don't see a little creature and go, hey, hell yeah, something's wrong with you. You need to respect creatures. I don't know what I'm talking about if you're wondering. I think that the reason I forget what I say so quickly is because it just is nonsensical. Piss There's piss involved. This monkey's got piss on her hands. And I feel like I need to leave. Sherry's fine. She's fine. You know what? Like, the piss thing is just not gonna change, so she's fine, okay? Listen, I've reconciled with it. I just have to deal with the fact that she has piss hands. We all do. We all have to move on from that. We all have to grow as people from that. You know what? I accept her as she is. You know what I'm thinking about? You wanna know what I'm thinking about today? I was looking through Tumblr yesterday. Yesterday was the day that everything happened. And by everything, I mean the Tumblr Sexy Man war on Twitter and also the other thing where somebody died. I don't know. I have thoughts on that. So I'm a Tumblr historian, all right? A self-described Tumblr historian. I was on Tumblr when the first Misha apocalypse happened. Okay, that's not like a huge flex, honestly, but it's still an important time, so I like to show that as my credentials. I have had 10 Tumblr blogs over the years, and I love Tumblr. I've researched it as much as possible. I think the phenomenon of Tumblr is so interesting that I just wanted to learn everything about it, you know? I think it's weird, and I think it's wacky, and I think it's cool. Hi, Ava. She just reminds me of the idea of molasses, you know? Just the idea of molasses, not the flavor, maybe the look a little bit like a jar of molasses with the label on it. You know that specific label on the jar of molasses, like the same molasses that everybody buys? She's a molasses girly. And I mean, like, that's, I guess, something you can define yourself as, but why would you? Good luck, Ava. I don't know, sell your molasses girly. She's single-handedly fueling the gingerbread industry, and you know that she doesn't understand how to make gingerbread. Anyway, if you didn't know, if you're not on Tumblr, or if you are on Tumblr and you just happen to miss this, there was a big Twitter poll and like a kind of bracket organizing system, I guess, for all the Tumblr Sexy Men. Now, if you don't know what a Tumblr Sexy Man is, you're such a lucky human being, but it is just weirdos, weird little lanky, like skinny white men that Tumblr has decided are the epitome of sex. You may know the Onceler, you may know Sans. I'm sorry for saying those words to you, honestly. I really am. I wish I could not say those words to you. If you know them, and if you know all of the Tumblr Sexy Men, there was a bracket ranking them all. So now we've finally explained everything. No, we haven't. You're gonna have to look into this yourself if you don't know, because that's the most confusing set of words on earth. So Sans won. Like, obviously Sans won. But the thing is, alright, the Onceler got voted out almost immediately. And as a pure Onceler hating human being, like if I had to define myself by one trait, it would be that I hate the Onceler. The Onceler should have won. Oh my god, Elvis. I just saw that there is a movie about you. Okay, bye. Like, he's so annoying. He's so annoying to look at. He just reminds me of like, I don't know. I don't know where I was even going with that. I was just trying to think of the epitome of annoying and I just couldn't. You know, he's his own thing. He is the epitome of annoying. There's nothing comparable for him. Anyway, the Onceler should have won. The Onceler should have won, and I believe this because he is the one who basically cemented the Tumblr Sexy Man trope, in my opinion. Like something outlandish, you know, somebody outlandish. Like the Onceler was outlandish, and you have that first thing. That's one of the first things you need to get a Tumblr Sexy Man going. He is long and lanky with black hair, and more things that you kind of need. Like, you don't have to need those two things, but especially the tall part, tall, slender man figure. And then we have people acting insane about him, which is the ultimate pillar, all right, of a Tumblr Sexy Man. You have to be absolutely insane about this person for them to be considered that. Like, at least a good couple percent of Tumblr needs to be insane. I have never seen people go more insane about somebody than the Onceler. Okay, Oncest. Do I need to say more? Probably. I probably really do for the people who don't know what that means, but you know what? I'm not going to explain it because I don't want to get demonetized. There was no era where people were more crazy than the Onceler. Oh, hi Drago. He's cool, I guess. I've seen him too many times, you know? I used to be like, yeah, Drago! I love Drago! But like, I feel like I've used up all of my fuel for Drago. You know, I've had enough of him. I just don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to talk to him anymore. Like, good riddance, I guess. I don't know what to say about that. Like, we've had enough of each other. We've met each other one too many times and the spark isn't there anymore. I'm not looking for you. You're not looking for me. We both know what we're looking for and it's not each other. Sans was a good choice if the Onceler wasn't gonna win. Okay, you know what? Like, I agree with that. Like, Sans was really wacky and a good, like, show of how weird it is to have a Tumblr Sexy Man going. Like, the clock from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared was a Tumblr Sexy Man. So, like, you can see we're pulling wacky people out, you know? We're pulling real wacky people out. So he was a good representative of that, but the Onceler should have won. In my humble opinion, won. The Onceler should have won because he was just cementing that trope. He was the weirdest, most wackiest thing ever, and I just think that he should have won. Who do you think should have won? Do you think it should have been Sans? I mean, like, if I had to pick anyone else, it would have been Sans, okay? But the Onceler was the right choice, in my opinion. And if you're thinking, like, the Supernatural boys should have been it, they're not Tumblr Sexy Men, alright? They're just not. People are attracted to them on Tumblr, right? But they're not Tumblr Sexy Men. Victoria. Okay, interesting. She is just so plain. I'm sorry, girly. She is so plain. I wish you could, like, have the mask off of her too. Like, it just makes me kind of sad. Like, a racehorse, that's kind of sad. You know, you deserve a life away from that here. This is Animal Crossing New Horizons. You deserve to be free and be like a homeowner and stuff. That's a really sad thing. I hope Victoria is set free at one point. You know, it just reminds me of sadness and a life that you don't want a horse to live. I dyed my hair red finally. I did. It turned out pretty good. I was wanting kind of a different color. This is kind of a more wine colored red, which is okay. I mean, I just kind of wanted a little bit of a brighter, more orangey red, but it's okay. And I could totally definitely change my Animal Crossing character's hair to that color, but the thing is, I'm never drawing my logo again. That's the best piece of art I've made, and I'm not gonna redo it. I don't know. I just can't bring myself to do it. So the character's hair is staying black, and I'll probably go back to black hair at some point, but I really do like the red. I feel a little bit party poisony, but not as much as I was hoping for. However, I feel like since my eyes are green, the red really just accentuates them, which is really nice. I feel nice about that. Like, I almost never say things like that because I feel like my eyes really don't stand out. They're pretty light green, but I feel like they're kind of standing out. I don't know. It's nice for once. I feel like my eyes are on display a little bit. Oh my god. I just got the shit scared out of me. I thought that that was Poppy. I really did think. Pecan, that was an awful joke. That was not funny, Pecan. That was not funny at all. Oh my god. Look at her smug face. She's like, I know it wasn't funny. I knew it would make you mad. That's why I did it. You know what, Pecan? Go home. This isn't a good look for you. It's really not. It's not a good look for you, Pecan. Go home. All right. I wanted to see my girl Poppy and take her home, but no. That was so mean. I saw the red. I was about ready to scream. I was about ready to film the best reaction of my life, okay? And what did I get? I got Pecan. I got Pecan giving me the nastiest look you've ever seen. We're probably running pretty low on tickets at this point, so I'm probably gonna have to, like, be really lenient now. But we've barely seen any dark colored villagers, to be honest. Like, I think Grizzly was the darkest colored villager we got, so that's a little worrying. But we've seen good villagers this hunt. That's not the problem, for sure. Like, we've seen really good people. It's just that, I'm kind of feeling a little betrayed now. Deathwish is just the island where I'm gonna fuck around and find out. So, I mean, honestly, I don't care if we have to take somebody who's a little bit off kilter, but it would be nice if I didn't have to, you know? And I know Ione's not a dark theme, but am I gonna leave my girlfriend because of that? No. You know, what kind of monster would I be? What kind of monster would I be? But like I said, if I don't get her in pretty soon, I'm just gonna amiibo her in and have her take Goose's place because I want him to rot in hell. He's out there just working out 24/7. Like, every time I walk out there, he is working the hell out, and I just don't want to see it happen. I just want to let it go away. I want to let him fester. No, he's my enemy. He's my enemy. I despise Eugene. I can't even put it into words. I don't know. I just feel like he's the kind of person who you would despise in real life, you know? Talks over you, interrupts you, screams in your face, doesn't understand tipping etiquette. Definitely he doesn't tip waiters at all. Probably just says, like, you have nice tits and then walks away. Like, Eugene, you are the epitome of everything wrong on this earth, and I just need you to understand that. I need that drilled into your head. I want that to be the last thing you think before you die. You are a terrible influence on this earth. Octavia and I have 12 tickets left. You have to come at this time. You have to come at this time and take up one of my 12 tickets left. I mean, I guess it would be the 13th ticket that you took up, but like right now, I'm just trying to get through this. Okay, I'm trying to get through it. I'm trying to have a better life, and you're interrupting that. Why do you want to inflict pain on people? You should be working on making people's lives better, in my opinion. I only believe that for Animal Crossing villagers. For human beings, I think you should be your own top priority. Practice making yourself the only person that you need to keep alive. Practice making yourself your own center of attention. And I say this as somebody who has not done that for most of my life. You are the most important person in your life because you were made to keep yourself alive, not anybody else. Unless you have a kid, then that's your thing. But put yourself first, you know? It's not gonna be worth it to end up draining yourself of life taking care of other people, because then you're just gonna wither away having not done anything. And you wanna do things for yourself because you deserve it. Everybody else has to take sacrifices to take care of themselves, so why don't you? Come on. please. This was so fun at the beginning when I just like thought everything was gonna work out, and it's Jay. Have you ever seen somebody that just kind of embodies the feeling of being dissociated? That's him. He is so gone right now. He has never felt a thing. He's like so floaty. I don't know what to do for him. Like, I just feel like I have to walk away and be like, well, it is what it is, you know? Like, he needs something that I can't give him. All of these villagers just need help that I cannot give, and I do not have the energy to bestow upon them. It's like sad. Okay, should I? Fuck it, Weeball. I got a comment on one of my ranking videos, and it was like, you mostly comment on villagers' looks. That's kind of sad. And I was kind of laughing at it because I normally do ranking videos as personalities, and this comment was on a personality ranking video. So I'm very curious, what would you have commented on? What was I supposed to do? And I replied to that with that, and they just never responded. So I send hate comments to my friends to laugh at sometimes, but that's the most they ever go. I'm honestly pretty lucky. I haven't gotten that much hate. I really haven't, especially a repeat at this hour, at this time, on the 12th ticket. On the 12th ticket, I get a repeat? Murphy, go home. Good God. But yeah, I'm pretty lucky, especially considering like the fact that I am a lot of things that people would normally hate on. So I think I got like a pretty good end of the pot, but I do like sharing them to make fun of them sometimes because I'm not a good person. Please, you know what? I'm just gonna pray. No! Are you kidding me? Sally. I love Sally. I really do. But it's a normal. Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that your Nintendo Switch has run out of its warranty? Constitution says it did. You may be kind of confused, and I'm also confused. Whenever I'm talking over a black screen, just know something really bad just happened. You may notice that clip of the video kind of trailed off. It stopped recording mid-sentence, and that's because I had to cut out a little bit of flashing lights. Remember that funny little anecdote I shared at the beginning of the video about my Switch not working? Well, that was 2 days ago as of me recording this little voice thing now. So what happened was I was about 58 minutes into recording that video. I had a good amount of footage, honestly, and I'm really thankful for that because that means you guys are seeing this video right now. It means I had enough to give you something. And then my Switch started strobing again, and it was to the point where I was closing my eyes, I couldn't look at it, I was starting to get a really bad headache, and I could not finish the video, and as much as I've tried to fix it, it just will not fix. So I was not able to complete the villager hunt. I don't know who autofilled. I have no clue because my Switch will not work long enough for me to do that. I have the island backed up, so I'm going to load it onto a new Switch that I ordered from eBay. It's not moddable because I was on such short notice, but it's coming. Yikes. I don't know who's on this island, you don't know who's on this island, and I am not ready for this. I don't like this. On a serious note, this does really suck. I was not prepared for this as much as I tried to prepare because I was hoping I would have at least a month left. So big ass credit card bill, bitch. But she's on her way, so probably expect a ranking video because I won't be able to film anything else until she comes. I hope that you're excited to see who's on the island. You know, at least we have a little bit of mystery, but I think we can officially say this was my worst villager hunt ever, considering I now have to put an epilepsy warning if I want to try and use this Switch. So I will see you guys with another video depending on what I can do and what's available, but I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm sorry that it ends this way, however, this is all I got. I hope you enjoyed the 35 minutes you did get. I love you guys so much. Stay wonderful, stay amazing. I'm proud of you. Thank you to all of my members who are so constantly supportive and wonderful. I appreciate you so much, and thank you for watching all the way through and listening to me talk. Also, I'm sorry that I had like a little bit more of speech problems the past 2 videos. I don't know why. I think it's just like exhaustion, but yeah. Also, the 3 a.m. trips sucked ass. Don't do that shit. Have a good day. Goodbye.